everyone! Welcome to the Genshin Impact version 3.7 special program.
This is reporter Charlotte from the Steambird. A pleasure to meet you. Charlotte is a reporter from Fontaine, and she's currently working for the Steambird. So in the upcoming version, Charlotte will be appearing in the event storyline, where she'll be dispatched to cover a popular Genius Invocation TCG competition.
In addition to the event storyline we just introduced, the Adventurers Guild has also prepared some other event minigames to spice up the TCG tournament.
That's right. There will be a total of 4 event game modes, including a Tour of Wonders, 0-Hour Invocation, Evermotion Mechanical Painting, and Heart of the Dice. In a Tour of Wonders, the organizer has set up checkpoints in various nations. After you complete the required challenges by navigating obstacles or defeating monsters, you'll be able to obtain commemorative stamps at the checkpoints. So collect more of these stamps during your sightseeing tour to obtain the corresponding rewards. Next, we have 0-Hour Invocation, which is an unofficial tournament organized for our passionate TCG players. Unlike the official tournament matches, this format adopts a special rule set, so you won't be able to use your own decks.
Oh.
Instead, you'll have to build a deck by selecting cards out of the decks prepared by the organizers. And chances are you'll get to duel against some familiar faces.
What about Evermotion Mechanical Painting and Heart of the Dice?
I think many of our travelers have played Evermotion Mechanical Painting before, but this game introduced by a dreamer from Fontaine has undergone a few new changes. So this time around, you need to adjust the position of the mechanical painting surfaces by swapping or rotating them first, and then install the appropriate gears on the preset points to restore the painting. Lastly, we have Heart of the Dice, which is a combat game mode. During combat, you'll be able to obtain random elemental dice by defeating monsters. Use the suppressive roll skill to consume all the dice you possess and unleash a shockwave that deals damage to nearby opponents, while also granting you random buffs. More dice consumed matching the elemental type of the active character will result in greater damage dealt by the shockwave and higher chances of obtaining more buffs. In addition to PRIMOGEMs and enhancement materials, rewards also include a new 4-star bow called Ibis Piercer, along with its exclusive refinement materials. In version 3.7, there'll not only be a Genius Invocation event, but also a major update to the TCG game itself. So in the upcoming version, many new cards will be added to Genius Invocation TCG, including character cards, monster cards, and action cards. And it's also noteworthy that the cards of the Animo, Geo, Electro, and Dendro Archons will also be available after the update. With so many cards being added, how could we fully enjoy them without some new game modes? So, in version 3.7, the Arena of Champions mode will be available too.
And what'll be different about this mode?
Glad you asked. In this mode, travelers must use their deck to duel against each other and accumulate a total of 5 victories. Plus, 3 defeats will result in a failed challenge attempt, and you'll have to start all over. So another TCG mode is called the Forge Realms Temper, which will also be available. You'll be allowed to configure the difficulty of the game mode, as well as to choose from a bunch of additional conditions to score extra points.
Meowdy, travelers! I'm Julia Gu, voice actress for the new playable character, Kirara. Kirara is a Dendro Element sword user and can effectively assist her companions while also making world exploration more efficient.
Okay, her attacks look amazing. She swipes just like a cat using its claws. I love it.
Additionally, her exploration talent allows her to move near birds or other smaller animals without startling them. By tapping her elemental skill, Kirara creates a Dendro shield that can protect her from harm. And holding down the elemental skill will not only grant shields, but also put Kirara in a unique state. In this state, Kirara will deal Dendro damage upon slamming into enemies, but more uniquely, this state will also drastically increase her movement and climbing speed, along with her jumping ability. And finally, with her elemental burst, she smashes the enemy with a special delivery package, which then explodes into numerous small Dendro bombs. These bombs will then explode upon contacting enemies or after a duration, dealing Dendro damage.
Okay, so the Sakoku Decree has been repealed for some time now, and Yoimiya has been wanting to go out and see the outside world. In version 3.7, the second act to Yoimiya's Carassius Arata story quest is about to begin!
Ta-da! The first half of 3.7's event wishes will boost drop rates for Yoimiya and Yae Miko. At the same time, Kirara will also be making her debut in these event wishes, so travelers who want Kirara might want to take note. And the second half of version 3.7's event wishes will see Kaidahara Kazuha and Alhaitam getting their own reruns.
Kave's very own Hangout event will also be available in version 3.7.
In version 3.7, the Divine Ingenuity Collector's Chapter event will be available.
Oh, I remember this event. This is the one that lets you design your own domain.
However, this event's gameplay has been upgraded a bit, and the development team has specifically designed some stages for everyone to challenge and get used to the rules. For example, the first stage requires you to build a mechanic to defend a monolith, and the second will be a coin-collecting fiesta that everyone's familiar with. As for the third stage, there will be multiple areas available, and everyone will be able to get a special item. Artificer coins. These coins will allow people to buy various buffs from buff stations located in each area to boost their team's effectiveness.
Okay, so next, we have a challenge event called the Feast of the Departed Warriors. This event has 3 types of dangerous adversaries awaiting our travelers. They're each based on the Thunder Manifestation, Aeon Blight Drake, and the Bathysmal Bishop Herd, respectively. Travelers can also add additional conditions to their difficulty multiplier in this challenge, with increased difficulty resulting in greater rewards.
Okay, so this one is another returning event for version 3.7 called Phase Trials Hypothesis. Okay, so during the event, travelers can defeat enemies to gain phase tinctures. When they get enough phase tinctures, they can use them to enter the time dilation state. In this state, they can identify the weaknesses of their opponents mid-battle and select opportune moments to capture more weaknesses in their opposition before using their Super Sense skill to deal massive damage. Okay, but remember, this event requires you to use the corresponding trial characters for the challenge.
And that's the end of today's report. It seems like all our reporters have returned to the studio now, which means we've reached